in this video, I'm going to show you a quick, cool way that you can search for jobs that's not as competitive as a junior engineer. You're trying to get your foot in the door. However, I'm going to show you this really cool method that I think a lot of people realize. I think a lot of people just go on Indeed, they go on, all these different sites, and they apply for jobs that already have like 100 people apply for them. I'm going to go to Google. Now, the whole thing that you got to think of is basic supply and demand. When you think of anything or sales or trying to get anything in society or business, it's all about supply and demand. Right now in 2024 in the marketplace for a junior developer, there is a lot of supply and there's a fair amount of demand, and it's current people a lot of people are currently kind of like, I guess, stressed out, or they're worried, hey, people are getting laid off. But there's also a lot of jobs that's available. So how I would search for jobs in 2024 as a more junior developer with about coming up on 2 years experience of knowing what I know now. Let's see. So what I would do is I would kind of think about my experience and whatever jobs I had in the past. So like, say for example, if you have experience working a warehouse job, okay, well, in warehouse, what are typically some roles that people work? You got HR. If you working in like a factory where they're producing something, like an assembly line, you may have like CNC engineers. You probably have like a purchasing department where they purchase. You always got like a sales department. So let's start there. Let's say sales department. And this, again, you're trying to get a job as a developer. So let's say sales people, let's say sales software for people. Let's say I'm not a robot. So let's look at some. You got Monday, Pipedrive, SalesMates. You got Zendesk. I used Zendesk before. I like Zendesk. So let's go to Zendesk.com. This is software for an industry of thing that people use, and it's a company that is behind the software. So I would go to this company's page, and let me scroll all the way down, and let's see. All right, so careers at Zendesk. Let's see. Job category, engineering and product. Let's see. Senior software. Now, here's also a different, another thing in addressing how I'm pretty much telling you about to go as I would go and search for a job as a more junior role. You got to realize that some companies, they're more prone to hiring senior engineers, and some companies, they're more lenient to hiring more junior engineers. So you kind of want to make an Excel sheet and just kind of make note of that. Just make it like a nice Excel list and just list your companies and list the technologies that they use. So we clearly see Zendesk. They have some senior engineers. So here's some mid-low. Software engineer 2. So it's 2 that's available. So working experience on back end, front end, or full stack applications. Dockers, Kubernetes, MySQL. So you can kind of see the different technology stacks that they want you to work with. And a nice thing about ChatGPT, you can actually take this entire job description and put it in ChatGPT and say, hey, listen, Give me some project ideas based off this technology. There's another thing you can do. So let's look at a different one. Like another, let's say, you have, you always have like C-suite. Like if you're working in a company, let's say manufacturing jobs. Let's say if you're doing like delivery jobs or trucking jobs, right? Like so software for, instead of trucking jobs, let's think of a more common job that people have. Like some type of outside yard work job, I guess. So software for roofing companies. So let's see, Service Titan, Job Nimbus. Service Titan software. So let's go to Service Titan software. Scroll down. So we see this is a landing page that's particularly looking. Now if I were to go to, let me go back and not click on add. And let's actually go click on actual search listing that pops up in the search result. Because when you click on an ad, the whole point is to actually convert off that ad. So it's not going to take you to their actual page. Let's go to the actual page and let's look at careers. All right, so departments, job types, departments, engineering. So we see they got a couple of manager jobs, principal jobs, senior software, staff software, telecom. So let's see. What was another one? Job Nimbus. Job Nimbus. Job Nimbus. So Job Nimbus. Roofing. Let's see here. If I go to careers, scroll down, see our job openings. There we go, I missed it. Graphic designer, sales, senior product. Right, so you get my drift, right? So you gotta think about it, right? If you have, as a junior developer, you're going to these different job listings on Indeed, wherever you may go, LinkedIn, and you look at the amount of people that actually apply for those jobs. I mean, you got hundreds of people that apply for those jobs in a matter of seconds, right? But when you follow a little bit what I'm telling you and what I'm showing you today, you can actually discover jobs that is like supply and demand. There's not a lot of people that's applying for them, right? So like say for example, if you just take this job and let's see, if you know anything about SEO, the H1 tag is very important. So I'm pretty sure this is H1 tag. Senior project manager for Nimbus. Not saying this is actually like an engineering position, but if I Google and go to entitle senior project manager, that's a little bit, I mean, it's like a little bit broad, but you can kind of see, you kind of get my drift as you get more into those specific job titles. Like they may have a job title, software engineer one for X company, right? And you can see like just on this alone, like those exact wordings in the title. Like you look here on Indeed, senior project manager jobs, that's broad. But what about for that particular company that we look at? How many people could be applying for those jobs? So you got to think about it as a more junior. You're looking kind of get your foot in the door. If you can, especially if you're willing to like focus in a specific area, particularly an area where you live, you can actually build a list of different companies that hire for engineers. And easily how you do that is just go on Indeed, go on LinkedIn, you look up software engineering in your city, and then you look at all the people, and you just go click on all those profiles and write down all the different companies that they work at, and then you have a list of companies that hire for engineers near you, and just make a tech stack of all of the different technologies that are used, and just build projects, full stack projects, and just cold call those companies, walk in the door of those companies, meet the front lady, meet the manager. So those are some of the tips that you can use, and some things I would do if I had to start over 2024 trying to get a job as a new dev. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.